Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. the stock guru, put your hands together. Hello, Stumpy. Unbelievable. If I knew I was gonna get bullied when I showed up the first thing in the morning, you know what? I would have slept in. I'm kidding. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. AIM has been an absolute beast this morning, hasn't it? I think people are taking more profits now, though, as we approach the open. But the stock has been amazing. Look at this, right? Like the initial pop on the news, that initial push right there, right? And then the second wave, right? So really nice push. The candles don't look that much, but it's 100. Like that thing ran 130%. So that was a pretty nice pop. Let's see if we can find a way to consolidate going into the open, though. So we'll see. We like AIM. This one looks okay too. Penny stock though, but it's done really well. So we'll keep an eye on this one, especially above the 200 EMA, VNRX. Raven likes this one. Good morning, Raven. Good morning, Erica. Cam, good morning. Nurse, good morning. Chris, good morning. Good morning, Dan. Amy, good morning. Robert, good morning. Yang, good morning. Sean, good morning. Dave, good morning. NYC, good morning. Shop, good morning. Mark, good morning. Salad, good morning. Sunny, good morning. Winterfell, good morning. Ali, good morning. Floyd, Winter, summer's coming. Andy, good morning. M, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Nancy, good morning. Michael, good morning. Good morning, Brad. Ayo. Protect, good morning. Injo, good morning. Benji, good morning. Good morning, all the Chris's. Cruz, good morning. Good morning, Pyro. CM, good morning. Late, good morning. We're just taking it back. Yeah, yeah. If I missed you, good morning, everybody. Tim, good morning. Rhea, good morning. Morris, good morning. Benna, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Street, good morning. I've missed a whole bunch of you, but good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Fed Day. So the Fed meeting is today. I highly doubt they're gonna do anything other than what we expect. Kirsten, good morning. Hi Baxter. LT, good morning. Tiffany, good morning. Rumteen, good morning. Yeah. The QQQ is tanking. Yeah, that's because Iran is talking about retaliating about what they did to them yesterday, I guess. So yeah, they'll figure it out. We'll just we'll stay out of that. But again, I highly doubt though that the Fed's gonna do anything other than stay the same. So it's pretty much a waste of time. There's no way that they cut rates with gas prices going up, energy costs going up, so people want to spend less money. Blah blah blah. The list goes on and on and on, right? So, but Trump is gonna be yapping today though. Too late, Powell. Blah 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 blah. Shut the hell up. If you were the Fed, you wouldn't do what you're asking for when someone else starts a war. Doesn't work like that. Anyways, yeah, well, I think it's more likely to. I mean, you never know. Anyways, let's go, Morris. Up $400 already. Let's go, Morris. That's a good way to start the day. Mike, good morning. Luna, good morning. Yeah, yeah. Maybe once he's out. Yeah, yeah. I highly doubt though. It's all gonna be stuff around the war, and we don't know how it's gonna affect. Like when tariffs started, the whole conversation was we don't know how the tariffs are gonna affect the economy. Blah blah. Like rate. Anyways, inflation. So yeah, it's gonna take them another 20 years to get to that 2% target for sure. I'm kidding, by the way, but it's good. Yeah, that whole 2% thing isn't gonna work. Um, Again, a whole bunch of stocks we like going into the open. Obviously, the energy stocks are coming back today as well because oil is pushing back up, right? So Turbo's done well. TPET has done well this morning, right? Nothing crazy though, but a nice little push. BATL has done well. So there are quite a few energy oil plays that we're paying attention to. So we'll see what can actually move at the open. ARTL was a good one this morning, and last night. So we'll keep an eye on this thing if it can stay above $5.80. But I think for the most part, though, the like if we had to pick two names, I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to AIM and VNRX, right? And obviously, again, these energy plays will come into play at some point here, but yeah, we'll see. Cool. Question for you guys in the chat though. What's your favorite stock going into the open? He maintain current yeah, hiccup incoming. That's a good point. That's a good point, Josh. Honestly, don't mind it. Cut the damn rates. Cut, and then pump the markets. Powell, he should just be like, you know what? They're coming for me. Let me just do it. Anyways, what's your favorite stock going into the open? TPET, okay. VNRX and AIM, yeah. So basically all the same, all the same names, right? TPET because of oil, DATL because of oil, Turbo Time because of oil, right? And then the other stocks because they actually have catalyst. So let's see if VNRX can get back above 30 cents. That would be nice. Uh, 76. No, so it doesn't update till the market opens. After the market opens, I think if you give it a minute or so, it should update. Alrighty. AIM is still dropping here, but again, to be expected going into the open. End result, no choice but to lower rates eventually this year. Yeah, I think they're gonna do it once the new guy comes in, maybe. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of you guys like AIM, which again, not a surprise, right? So AIM is back above $1.50. Into the new Fed. Yep, yep. Yep. TMD is another energy oil play that's popping a little bit as well. Actually, AIM is halted up, guys, which is a bit silly. It is halted up, yeah. AIM is halted up. I mean, that might be a good thing or not a good thing. It's a good thing that it's halted up, but it's way too early. Right? That was way too early. Yeah, but again, it wasn't in. I know, right? Like it really wasn't even a minute. Like they just halted the damn thing. So there goes ARTL as well, though, with a nice little pop right off the demand zone. It is failing at the VWAP, or it's gonna have a bit of an issue at the VWAP. So 680, 690. So just be careful. Again, it's the market open. There's no need to be rushing into anything. Alrighty. So same thing with VRNX, VNRX, right? Like you can see the resistance right there at the double top in the red zone. So, but now it is holding the downside, like the bottom. So there's a bit of support at 25 cents ish, right? Closer to the 200 EMA. But again, just be cautious. Yeah. LBG. We haven't really talked about this one because it's a penny stock. It's a micro penny stock, so I kind of just had this one up, as a watch to see what it would do. But that's a nice pop. It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. And then 10 cents. I just got an alert for MOB. Why is MOB moving? Is it just a Mm. Yeah, that's a really nice pop. That 10 cents is going to be a bit of an issue though, like it always is on these stocks. Still a really nice push though. Here it goes. So it looks like RX is holding the bottom at 25 cents. Question is, can it actually break out though? Can it break out? And waiting for the on holds on AIM here. Yeah, that's so crazy. Oh, that's why it's moving. I was wondering why MOB was popping. It's popping because SWMR. This is the $5 IPO from yesterday. For some reason, it showed up this morning and now it's not showing up on TradingView. Is there anybody having that issue? Like I was able to watch it this morning, and then now for some reason, it just said no, thank you. That is so silly. I mean, it is holding. Greg, it's holding 25. It's holding the bottom. The question is, will it move? Right? Bottom, bottom, bottom. Can it break out? Is the question. Yours is showing? Hmm. Yeah, so like some people can see it, some people can't. I mean, VNRX is making that theory correct, isn't it? There goes a test of resistance now. Yep, exactly, Raven. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. So again, the bottom was nice on this one though, right? VNRX. It's also the second name in the title, in the stream title. So you know, some people are. Don't worry, I thought about that this morning. I'm like, okay. Anyways, that thing has work to do. So it has to break above this VWAP area. So this is your resistance area right here, right? Right there. Between that resistance line and the VWAP, it's gonna need work. It's gonna need to work. But it's frozen to yesterday. Yeah, it's so stupid. So silly. BATL looks good, guys. I'm sure we're gonna keep scalping these names. BATL, um, TPET. Is it my computer or are you? I think it might be your Wi-Fi, Raven. Your Wi-Fi is rubbish. I think you need to get Starlink. Better Wi-Fi. The better version of the current Starlink you have. There goes 160, guys. For AIM. Again, these candles are this is basically still the first candle for this thing. So, I'd be a little bit more skeptical. So let's see if it can actually consolidate and then push. So again, if you're not sure, just sit on your hands because there's a lot of chaos this morning. Just wild, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, now you guys are supporting Raven. Hey, it's not buffering. Is if your stream is okay, type yes in the chat. There goes TPET and BATL. Yeah, yeah, just way too suspicious. uh, see, I knew it. Yeah, see, Tiffany's okay. Chris is okay. So yeah, these two do look good, but I think that's because of that's the oil RM. That's a really good scalp. uh, yep, street. Yeah, same party. This one's cooking though. Lee Bang. Yeah. Lee Bang. Yeah, no, I think that's why I said to be careful with this one. AIM, technically like the like it had one candle and it halted twice on one candle. Right? Because the first halt was like 10 seconds. The second halt, like so it's technically just had one candle here. So it's way too early to be making decisions on this one. Yeah. Way early. So the names that are cooking right now are the energy plays, the oil plays, right? BATL, TPET, Turbo, right? All energy plays. ARTL is doing a really good job though of holding that demand zone, right? Really, really good job of holding the support of $6 ish here. So that's nice. That looks very, very nice. And Lee Bang just keeps going. When you have a name like that, Lee Bang, right? Like why are you even at 10 cents? You should just write your own price. There goes ARTL. That's a really nice pop. Yeah, I like what this one's done. There's a reason why uh yeah, that thing looks very nice. I know, Donovan, you were waiting for this one, weren't you? Yeah. You were waiting for this one. Sheesh, that is a nice push. Excellent. The supply zone's coming up, obviously, so be mindful. Yeah. It's halted up, by the way. 764 ARTL is halted up. Yeah, halted up. That's very nice. Halted up. Love it. That's a nice push. Turbo is having a hard time at 320. So TPET is also having a bit of a difficult time at $1.30. So, but again, I think everybody knew that level was resistance. VNRX, again, you're just kind of going sideways in the range here. So that range needs to be broken. And then AIM is halted down still. So we'll see what happens on the on halt. The price action in this is going to make it a little bit annoying, to really get moving. If it keeps halting like that every candle, people are just going to throw that thing in the garbage. Let's go, Megan. Let's go. Let's go, Megan. Type yes in the chat if you're holding ARTL. Type yes in the chat. Glad I got in thanks to the education, right? So it's like, it's like surprise, right, Megan? It's like surprise. People that show up to the classes, people that ask questions, people that go back and review the trades, people that put in the work, right? Surprise. They can use that education to make money. Is it a surprise? Oh, you mean I don't just show up on stream every day and then be like, "Oh, what's moving today?" and then lose some monies and then I'm surprised? That's not how it works. Oh my days, Megan, what's going on here? Thought it was that easy. So again, when you miss those classes, go back and watch them. Alrighty? Go back and watch them. Let's go. Good job, Megan. I'm very happy for you. We're done. High five. Let's go. AIM is back, by the way. But again, the price action on this is so stupid. Like, if it halts again, I think like we can't really do very much with this, can we? Right? And it is halted again at $1.30. No, it's not halted. And now it's gonna halt up, isn't it? Now it's gonna halt up. There we go. I hope they can fix it though, so the stock can actually trade and give us a range. I hope it can actually trade and give us some levels. Because there's a reason why we want to pay attention to this, because it has that potential to cook. This stock has that potential to go up 300%, but we need it to not hold every candle, because then it becomes just way too annoying. So we need some. No, it's not a dumb question. It's called a volatility halt, meaning that if a stock moves too quickly, so the numbers are messed up. Like, the numbers don't always make sense, right? So the idea is that if something moves more than 15% in less than 5 minutes or so, whatever the numbers are, it's supposed to halt so people can take a break, right, and say, hey, these halts were created back in the day when the markets were crashing. They were meant to halt the market so people would like stop panicking and be, oh my goodness, everything is crashing. They just stop everything so people could relax and take a deep breath and say, hey, okay, you know what, I'm actually holding a good company, I don't need to panic. So it works both ways, but they don't always make sense now. Anyways, turbo is turbo is gonna pop at some point, right? You know it's gonna pop at some point, right? Anyways, TPET is testing that resistance at $1.30. BATL is hitting brand new highs of the day. So There's a lot of chaos going on, like Martin mentioned, right? There's a lot of stuff happening over in Iran. So with all of that, the energy plays are going up again. So good morning, Cody. Wouldn't a halt cause orders to accumulate and then blast the market at once? Yep, yep. Yep. When it's a good stock and it halts up, it's excellent, because you can just explode higher. VNRX is still just chilling in that range. Looks like LNAI came back a bit. But yeah, so this one's still in the middle. We still need more information for this one. It's holding the 50, so it would be nice if it could get back above $1.50 and consolidate. Lee Bang, the GOAT, a bit of a supply zone right above 10 cents, right below 11 cents. So more of a retest for now to the downside. And then this one's on halted, ARTL, and backing off, at least on the first candle. So this happens quite a bit though, right? Where like it halts up, the first candle retraces, and then the next candle after the on halt back to the top. So that's exactly what's happening on this one here. And here it goes, brand new highs of the day for ARTL. Yep, $7.70. Congratulations if you're in this one, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah, there goes 790. Oh my goodness, 795 at the highs. Sheesh. That thing said supply zone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a really good push. Here we go again. $8 test on ARTL. Let's go, Revin. Hashtag trended pre-market for the win. If you are not in Discord, you are sure missing out of the action. You really are. AIM is halted down again, yes. Right? Like I said, as much as we like this thing, we need more information. There's nothing here for me to say, hey, we like this. Right? Maybe closer to $1.20, like retest consolidate, but the halts are just too much. Right? There's nothing to like there. Doesn't matter, how good it looked earlier. That like when you're doing that, it's just garbage. So if they can find a way to consolidate at some point, then cool. For now, has work to do. Raven, thank you very much. Pre-market was really good this morning, right? AIM was good. Lee Bang was good. VNRX was very good, right? Among others, right? ARTL was very good, right? I wouldn't say that it's done. I think it just in Spandy. It just has work to do, right? Thank you very much, Raven. And yes, if you're not a member yet and you do want to join us in Discord, guys, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. Cool. Raven's not kidding when he says you're missing out. You really are missing out. You really, really are. So, especially when it's a good morning in the markets. AIM also has a history of like doing offerings in the middle of the day, don't they? Right? They have a history of doing like offerings in the middle of the day. The sun is shining, and they're like, you know what? This is a good time to do it. Yeah. Should I sell early? You're in at 149. Dextra, two things here, right? Two things. When you hold a stock into the open that's pumping in pre-market, you expect it to sell off at the open. We've always said that, right? Expect a sell-off into the open unless the stock breaks out or it's consolidating, right? That's the first thing, right? When you hold the stock into the open that's pumping, you want to expect a sell-off. Some people are not able to sell in pre-market; they're gonna sell at the open, right? Second thing, though, right? You buying a position and not having a stop loss is a problem, right? now you're saying, should I sell early? Like, the stock is halted down. So I hope it can find a way to bounce and push back up, because I think, again, it still has promise, because it's still above the 200 EMA. So there's still some hope here, but you don't want to get in the habit of, like, like, you have to make these decisions, right? There goes TPET though. TPET with a nice little break there above $1.30. I think the only downside with TPET is how slow it is most times, right? Good looking chart though, just really really slow. Uh, okay. DDT, yeah, another one, another energy play. Good morning, pizza. Trading without Discord would be like me cooking without my kitchen. Yep, 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 yep. Exactly. Regan, maybe later. Yeah, later. I'm still waiting for them to take care of Red, and then once they take care of Red's account, then we could do another giveaway. I don't want to stack giveaways, so they're still working on that code, I guess. So. Yeah, you can see how slow TPET is though, right? This is the negative on this one. Unless oil is really exploding, this stock tends to be very slow. VNRX, I think is just chilling there. Again, it couldn't break above the VWAP, so there's nothing we can do, right? If it wants to go, it has to break the VWAP. Lee Bang, the greatest name of all time. The Lee Bang stock. It's pushing back for that last high. So let's see if it can break out. Yeah. Yeah. And then ARTL just came back to retest the fib and the 9 EMA, and it's slowly pushing back up. AIM is on halted, by the way. So like I said, your next support is gonna be that this 120, right? To me, as long as AIM stays above this level, there's still hope, right? To the downside. So the $1 support, that's kind of the same area that it bounced from this morning. So if AIM can find a way to consolidate and start curling, that would be good. Cool. So again, the name definitely has promise, but I think the halts have just kind of ruined it. Like, if you halt a stock three times if you're gonna halt a stock three times in 20 minutes, people are gonna be like, yeah, no thanks. Right? So it has work to do. Right? So it needs to start consolidating either at this 120 area, or it needs to test that golden pocket and start consolidating. Right? VNRX, again, this name is still number two on the stream title. So, we're still hoping that superstitiousness of the second name on the stream title is still working. The juju, you know, the second name juju. But clearly that thing has work to do. Yeah. Uh, I keep seeing headlines. Trump is doing everything to bring down gas prices, except for the one thing that works. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder. He's doing everything, or maybe he's doing everything to bring down gas prices, except for the one thing that works. It's like, sir, you know, you could. Anyways, anyways. Anyways. La 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 la. Yeah. ARTL is still looking good though. That was a good retest, right? Like I said, AIM still has work to do. I don't think there's anything here. There's nothing, like nobody should be buying this. Maybe getting closer to the downside, but like there's nothing on this stock that makes me, like that shows us that like we're ready for boom skis. Like zero, nothing at all whatsoever. Right? So patience with it. Again, maybe closer to this area at the bottom here. This is like your last line in the sand, right? So between $1.10 and $1, if it wants to bounce, that's gonna be the area. Alrighty. So, but again, like I said, there's nothing on this stock. There's nothing about this stock that makes you feel like oh, oh, you know. So, but this area that we circled at the bottom, if it's gonna bounce, it's gonna have to be right there at the bottom, right? ARTL on the other hand, though, doesn't need a second invitation. Why? Because the damn thing looks good. The damn stock looks good. ARTL. I definitely don't want aim number two, because that thing looks like garbage. But yeah, watch for consolidation in this area here, right? This is the same area that we bounced from earlier this morning in pre-market. So let's see if it can build a bit of support and then curl. Alrighty, let's see. Again, still super weak, still super slow in this one. And Lee Bang needs to break out if it wants to go. So break above 11 cents. Break 11 cents. We're basically getting a double top on ARTL here, though. 11 cents, a double top at $8. So see if we can close above $8 here and then go for the next run. It's moving silly? Yeah, it's very slow. $8.20. $8.20. To 8:30. So again, AIM is trying, right? Like I said, if AIM is gonna bounce, this is the time, right? If it doesn't bounce there, the next time it's gonna bounce is when Jesus shows up, and says, "These are the people I don't like." AIM will be one of them, right? So again, watch that bottom down AIM if it can hold. Why does everything look like it's stuck at resistance? Is it just because it's the Fed day? Fed day maybe? In at 34, Samuel. Nice. Give us some boomskis. Mm. Give us some boom schemes. Turbo just couldn't break out of that 320 area. So now it's going back down to retest the 200. We pulled up this one earlier. So there it is, right? So we talked about this one yesterday, right? So we talked about MOB yesterday as a play to watch if the other one kept running, right? SWMR. It's still not showing up for me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, but again, yeah, MOB is the is another drone stock. So um, another drone stock. I wish this thing had a bit more volume though, because it just doesn't have enough volume. It's clearly a sympathy play though to SWMR, right? Clearly a sympathy play, but yeah. Bit of a sus morning with some of the price action on these stocks. AIM is still kind of sitting at that dollar area, right? So let's see if it consolidates again. Oh yeah, that thing that they said, take number two to the barn, please, and slap it. Yeah. Again, these breakouts are so important, especially in the morning like this. They're so important. It is testing a golden pocket, but again, like when it ran up a little bit and failed at the VWAP, it just started losing momentum, right? Slowly lost the vibes. ATXG is doing okay though. Um, and then Lee Bang is getting slapped a bit here. That's another penny stock, ATXG. Yeah, these Fed days are usually a little bit suspicious. Just a little bit. Come on, AIM. Give us something off the bottoms here. Give us something, AIM. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, AIM. Do something. AIM is like, can I do something? Can I go now? Can I go? There's so much selling pressure, even though even when it's trying to balance, there's a lot of selling pressure coming in on this thing. So you need some higher lows on this. But again, if it's gonna bounce, now is the time, right? Now is the only time. Because if that thing breaks below this bottom, you're gonna pick it up in the garbage bin. But it is trying though. Here we go. It's trying. It's now or never. Now or never, AIM. Now or never. ARTL is halted down. Halted down. Damn, they slapped that thing from an $8 double top. Sheesh. There we go. There we go. Can we get back above $1.20 at least? Mr. AIM? Can you aim to the sky rather than aiming to the abyss? There we go. $1.21. There we go. Okay. Okay. A little bit of promise. Okay. Okay. I like it, Rumteen. I like it. Yeah, it's a good gamble, right? If we know that that's the only spot that it might bounce at, then sometimes it's worth the gamble, right? Type it's halted up, of course, right? This is part of the annoyance of this stock. Type yes in the chat if you bought that dip, if you took the gamble, if you rolled the dice, and you said, you know what? If this is the last line in the sand, the only time it's gonna bounce, you know what? Maybe I take the chance with the tight stop loss. You took the gamble on 110? Yeah, I know a whole bunch of you guys did. Yeah. 105 snipes? Yeah. Good. It's halted up. Son of a Michael. Hey. Yeah. Yup. There we go. So we're halted up now. So that's this is good. This is a good start. Yeah. You try the gamble sometimes, right? We talk about this every day. We talk about this every day, right? So we're looking for multiple reasons to say, hey, maybe this is a good spot, right? So if you look at this specific spot at $1, you have more than three reasons to consider getting in at that area, right? So let's hope that it can on hold and actually start doing better, because this stock has been pretty suspicious, right? MOB is looking okay still. I wish it had a bit more volume, but I wish it had a bit more volume. But you sold at the halt? Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's okay though. That's okay. Let's hope again. Let's hope that it can on halt and actually behave this time. You know. Yeah. Higher low candle, Chris. The third higher low candle would have been the first green candle at the bottom there, right above the golden pocket. The doji looking ish candle. Not really, but yeah. 119. Good. Some guaranteed profits, Floyd. Yeah, give us the on hold. Nothing else is really moving anyways, so you know, give us the boom skis. Give us the boom skis. We don't mind if it's halting as long as it's halting up, Like stop this rubbish. Uh if it climbs, it'll just halt again, Destra? Yeah. 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 I think this is the reason why they killed the stock in the first place, because of the halts. But I think now though that nothing else is really moving, maybe everybody's gonna be okay with the halts. Maybe. Whizzle. Whizzle. Yeah, see if that thing can curl there, Raven. I know, Dan. Exactly. Like, just let it go. The halts, like, I'm okay with the halts as long as the stock is halting up and it doesn't happen every 2 seconds. Because sometimes when it halts up like this, it creates some nice excitement and people FOMO, and usually it can make your life so much easier, right? Like sometimes a stock can halt at 125 and then open at 150. Whereas if you were just watching that stock, you might have sold at 135, 140. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's very nice, and other times it's so annoying. So annoying. So annoying. On AIM, no, the volume on AIM is almost 100 million. Yeah, almost 100 million. Unless you're talking about that candle itself. Yeah. Yep. Let's see what happens. How are we supposed to know when it halts? When the when the stock stops moving, it's halted. Um. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. Oh my days, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, we've seen these things halt, crash, and then push back up to that high. So let's hope that's what's happening here. Right? That's exactly what's happening. They seem to be doing that a lot lately. They halt a stock, they drop it back down, and then they push it right back to the same price it halted at. And then it has to start from there to see if it wants to break out. So let's see what happens. Yeah, exactly. There's also a halt scanner in Discord. It tells you. So it needs to break above that 50. I think what we can hope for now is simply just a higher low and then a breakout above the 50. Alrighty, so it looks better than it did earlier, that's for sure. So let's see if we can break out. Come on, AIM. By the way, AIM is going to do an offering at some point. Question is when. These guys have a history of doing stuff when they're not supposed to. You know, if someone asked you who the CEO of this company you would say Trump. Anyway, so here we go. So again, it looks a lot better than it did earlier, but it needs to start breaking out and giving us some higher lows, some confidence. So let's see. Come on, 125 going once, going 122 going once, going twice. Sold to Dan. 125. Here we come. Going once, going twice. Sold to Peter. Come on, break it. There we go. 127. Okay. Okay. Come on, where's the volume? Don't pretend like you don't have, all that volume in there. Make sure you move your stop loss up though, guys. Manage this specific stock as you see fit, because the candles are gonna be wild. Wild. Alrighty. There we go. Come on. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. There we go. There we go. 130. 130. Going once, going twice. And sold to Tiffany. Come on. There we go. 131. There we go. 132. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Again, keep moving those stop losses up, guys. Because this is the type of stock that would take 5 hours to go up, and take 2.2 milliseconds to end up at a dollar again. So just keep moving those stop losses up, please. Alrighty, it looks very good right now. Right, like we said earlier, if this thing was gonna bounce, this had to be the price. Right, it had to be in this area. If it was gonna do it, that had to be the area. So if you took the gamble again, you have to understand that another day you're gonna take this gamble and it doesn't work, but today it worked. So give yourself a high five. Alrighty. Like I said, this stock can take 10 hours to go up, and yeah, that was a 30% bounce from the bottom. That's not bad, 30% bounce. Warren Buffett doesn't make that in 1 year. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, there's a nice little downtrend and the VWAP sitting in that area. Yeah. Raymond? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The VWAP in front of, yeah. Yeah, there you go. So right in this area, right there, right? Plus the downtrend, right? And then a little bit of support in that area too that turned into resistance. So, but at the very least, though, it's bounced. VNRX is also kind of bouncing off that area, so that's good, right? Raven mentioned that earlier. MOB, right, needs a bit more volume. Needs a bit more volume. Snipe says I'm done for the day. I made 3% of my account, totaling with a 20% gain on the month. See you tomorrow. Let's go, Snipes. Give me a high five. Beautiful. Congratulations. Yeah, good job. AIM is not halted on Trader 212, trading 212. It's not halted. It's not halted anywhere else either. Maybe you're delayed though. Flip. Brad, okay? Off the 200 EMA, I'll take a look. So for AIM, the best we can hope for now is that we get some higher lows and then we go back up and break through the downtrend and the VWAP. Alrighty, so this is always, it's always a good start when you have that first bounce because now you can kind of hope for the higher lows. So this still looks okay for now, way better than it did. Turbo, yeah, that's not bad. As long as you stay above that 200 EMA, Brad, should be okay. Right? If you can get back above $3, that would be nice. Cool. What's halted is your internet service. uh, yes. Yep. 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 Anyways. Is yeah. Flip says it's not halted. Yeah, it's not halted. What do you mean? Good job, Greg. Good job. First trade. Let's go A. Well done. Rude. Well done. Well done. Look at these scalps in Discord, guys. Look at these scalps. Let's go. I like those scalps. Yeah. Look at that. Almost everybody was taking that scalp for AIM close to $1, right? And then selling the pop. So everybody give everybody a high five. That was good. I like that. Yeah. Sometimes again you have to be willing to take the gamble. It might not work out, but sometimes the odds stack in your favor and you're like, okay, I see a whole bunch of reasons to take this gamble, so I'm gonna do it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Nobody cares, right? It's the cost of doing business, you know? It's the cost of doing business. Yeah, so we need those higher lows and we need a brand new breakout. Let's go, love it. Okay. Yeah, no, again, aim still looks fine to me, right? I think we just need a breakout. The good thing here though is like there's really nothing else flying, right? Like, do you see anything else pumping right now? Right? Links was halted and then on halted, right? Turbo's looking a bit suspicious. But yeah, Links is like it was pumping and then halted down, right? And then now it's dropping. So like there's nothing else really pumping. So if AIM is gonna go, just send it AIM. There's no competition. Pizza is like an everyday thing now. $1.33. Where's that fat green candle? Where's the fat green candle, guys? Someone promised me a fat green candle. Brad? No, that's good. Someone promised me a fat green candle. Where is it? Where's the fat green candle on AIM? Huh? Where is it? This two penny rice thing, is for the birds. There we go. Come on now. A fatter green candle. There we go. Yes, there it is. There it is. Someone promised me a fat green candle. 140. That was a nice bottom, wasn't it? Be careful at this 140 area because of the VWAP, but looking a lot better. Someone promised me a fat green candle. His name was Mr. Market Maker, and his job was to give us boom skis. So break the damn VWAP. Like I said, there's no competition here for this stock right now. Right? There's no competition for AIM, is there? Right? There's nothing else pumping. So, the garbage can move. Right? There we go. 143, 144, 145. Love it. Keep scaling out of your positions, please. Alrighty, don't get greedy with it, because that was a pretty suspicious higher low. It was a retest, but it was also a bit suspicious. Yeah, yeah, love it, AIM, love it. AIM says, forget about number two. I'm number one on the stream title. So hold my beer. There's levels to this, is what AIM said. There's levels. Type yes in the chat if you made some monies on AIM. Type yes in the chat if you made some monies on AIM. Gold and silver. Yeah, looks like everything's getting hit today. Everything. Yeah, slapping everything. Yeah, so again, are we surprised that we're failing at the VWAP, guys? No, 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 no. Right? The VWAP will forever be resistance. So that level is going to be your problem there. Good job, though. If you made some monies on AIM, congratulations. Yeah, good job, good job. Hell yeah, Andy. Let's go. Well done. So let's see if we can get another higher low on this, and then the curlies. TPET, weakness, ARTL, kind of trying to consolidate a little bit. VNRX has work to do, right? ATXG came back a little bit as well off the 200 EMA, so that's not too bad. But again, we keep coming back to AIM because really there was no competition, right? There's really nothing else moving. Lee Bang, Daniel, how much does someone start off with, and what platform to use? As small as possible, Daniel. As small as possible. In fact, start with zero, already, and paper trade. So your job is to, when you start, like just like you start anything else, the goal is education, right? So get a trading view. Get a few books, watch some videos, paper trade with fake money for a while, and kind of do research. Keep watching the streams, right, and just keep learning, right? And then eventually you can say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to create a Webull account, right, and then go from there. But for now, your goal should be as small as possible, because that education will cost you if you don't know what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter whether you start with $100. I mean, on this stream, you can be spoon fed and make monies, right? But you wanna start off with the education first. No, 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 no. What are my thoughts on trading futures, Wizzle? They're fine. Yeah, futures are good, right? Like some people like futures, some people like stocks, some people like options, some people like like it's just whatever you're comfortable with. you know the more disciplined you are, and the better you are with charts, the more you succeed at trading futures, right? So yeah, so futures are good. Yeah. There's a link in the description, Wizzle, for the futures firm that we talked about yesterday, right? You can get a 60% off. So yeah, do more research and go from there. If you have any questions on futures, ask, and Dan will help you. Let's go, Morris. Let's go, Morris. Let's go. Let's go, Morris. Let's go. You guys remember the Morris guy from the WWE, like way back in the day? What was his full name again? That guy was once my he had so much swag. Anyways, Morris, congratulations. $995 in 2 hours, guys. Right? This is why we do what we do, right? The freedom, the opportunity to make, unlimited monies, right? And sometimes unlimited losses, right? But for the most part, it's that potential, right? So yeah. So again, love it. Congratulations, Morris. And keep cooking, please. Now go outside or paper trade or something like that. John, I think it was John Morrison. Yeah, something like that's a lot. Something like that. I have a Schwab and using paper trade money on Thinkorswim at the moment. I cannot seem to get my VWAP moving average with yours. What are my periods for those? So so I don't think that I don't think the actual settings are in the in the VWAP settings. So maybe maybe ask Rob. Maybe Rob will help you, or just get the algo. Yeah. Yeah, so some of the like the moving averages, like the you'd have to go into the code to get it. So yeah, Rob would have to do that for you. ATXG, and then AIM is just looking too suspicious now below that below the VWAP, isn't it? Yeah, and yeah. What's my yellow line? The yellow line is the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA. Yeah, maybe that's why it's different, Winterfell. Yeah. Yeah, so these oil names are slowly curling back up here. They usually run more so later in the day. So names like Turbo, TPET, BATL, TMDE, right? So maybe a later run today, right? ATXG is still looking good here though. That was a really good bounce off the bottom. Really good bounce. The Boomskis yank. Yeah, we have limited Boomskis today, but we have had some little Boomskis though. Right? Aim honestly wasn't a bad Boomskis, right? Like that was a 40% run. 40%. We'll take it. You know? So the VWAP. The VWAP is always a logical target, like when you know when it's below. It's like a logical target to get to. So that's always a good thing. Right? Always a good thing. uh, what's needed is a catalyst or a breakout, DP, right? Names like that tend to need a reason to be pushed, right? So the volume doesn't just come in. Like the volume is never just gonna come in unless there's some unless there's a push here, right? So it's gonna keep looking suspicious on unless there's again the float is nice, but the volume needs to come in. So yeah, question is when though. I think this is why like when it comes to off like split stocks, you really want to wait till there's a breakout. Because if there's no breakout, the volume isn't coming in. If you buy the dips, they can keep dipping lower. That's always been the problem with split stocks, right? That's why we say don't touch the stock before the split. Don't touch it until it splits, and then it looks like it's crashed and consolidated, or it's breaking out, or there's news. Right? If there is a catalyst, it tends to move aggressively. But if there's not, it tends to just want to trend down in that same stupid direction that it came from. Right? 11 cents. So super weak though. Super weak. And then ATXG is slowly creeping up again to the previous high. So this has actually been a really nice recovery on this one. Yeah. So retesting the double top here. AT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, you're just sitting at a double top for now. That's the only problem. Virus, let's go. The goods. The goods. How good is your morning, Virus? How good is your morning? Mm. Yeah, Chris. Yep, yep. And there goes your double top, right? So 43-ish cents, 43 cents, and then rejected hard. AIM is slowly bleeding here, but again, it's because of the VWAP. So again, see if we can get another higher low and then go from there. See if we can get another higher low. Uh, okay, sounds good, Brad. Yeah. uh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No, that's good, Virus. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I mean, Mask is trying to consolidate here too, though, which is good. So off the low $2 area, but it's done that so many times, so it needs to actually do something. It looks like we're retesting $1.20 and bouncing off $1.20 for AIM, so that's good. So back to $1.30 again. Like really, mask. Not mask. AIM is still looking okay as long as it doesn't break down there. Hmm. Yes, yes. Can we break out again? No, 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 no. Oh, that's a different no. Okay. Can I take a look at LiDAR? Yeah, Sanji, what's your question? What's your position? Help me out with some details. Yeah, what's your question? What's your position, Chris? Some support? Yeah, kind of. Maybe a little bit lower than 7 though, but yeah, kind of like closer to 670. But yeah, looks like it's holding. That thing just keeps halting. Honestly, it's a David. Like every candle is a halt candle on this stupid thing, but it did come all the way back down though to the actual support. So like 53, 54 cents, like closer to 50 in like low 50s. Yeah. So it came all the way down and then halted back up. Uh, yeah, it is very slow, isn't it? Very, very slow. Again, it's the Fed there. It's usually like this for the most part. So for LiDAR, okay, let's take a look. Yeah. LIDR. You're in at you're in at 167. You don't want to be greedy. You are sitting at like 190 resistance. I think this is the same level we failed at yesterday. Yeah, right. So there was a problem at 190. The good thing here though is that your entry is nice, right? So good job on that, by the way. Good job, excellent, very excellent. So yeah. So again, this 190 is a bit of an issue. So if you're saying you're not wanting to be, to be greedy, so maybe just put a stop loss below 180, below, something. Pick a number, put a stop loss, and then see if it can break out. If it does, then you're going to be happy. Alrighty. Pyro. I'm just looking at some things here. Okay. Everything seems to just be having a bit of a difficult time. Super, super, super slow. Super, super, super slow. Okay. From Finance just came out. Okay. You made Money Street. Good job. Well done. Yeah, let's go. Well done. Yeah, seriously, Tiffany, the markets really did go to lunch. The oil names are slowly coming back though, but yeah, it's very slow now. Very, 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 very slow there. So we'll see. Air. Yeah, the a lot of penny stocks moving. Like Greg is halted up, right? Yeah. So CREG. This one's halted up. That's a really nice comeback. Still red on the data, but that's a really good comeback. Lynx is on halted now too. GEM is popping a bit. Just too many random things. That's the problem. I know, right, Benji? I know. AIM is holding up though, so I think we don't want the holding up. We want the breakout to really get some attention. Yeah, yeah, we're getting a lot of China pumps lately. China. JEM is popping nicely though. JEM, yeah, nice little push. This is another China penny stock, of course. Hong Kong. Since last week, yeah, I was gonna get gas yesterday, and then I drove to the gas station, and then I was like, you know what, but then also I want to go skiing this weekend. So that's a 5 hour drive in one direction. So I'm gonna say thank you very much, Trump. Every time I go to the gas station on my drive, so I'm gonna say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. IWM, no, just buy puts, Sid. Just buy puts. And then if I really want to, like if you really want some chaos, then just pick an individual stock and do like one of the main ones, right? NVDA, stuff like that. But you usually just buy just because the volume, open interest, everything is good about that. So yeah, you need to hedge the longs. Yeah, like yeah, um, not a bad idea. Yeah, not a bad idea at all. Yeah, usually into the end of February into March, that's usually when you expect chaos because it's always like that. For different reasons, but it's always like this. So yeah, not a bad idea. Craig is on halted and getting slapped again. So to me, AIM still looks like it still looks okay. It's holding up. Still from this morning, Tiffany. Yeah, I wish SWM. I wish the damn thing would show up on TradingView already. Oh, there we go. It's no, I think it's stuck, isn't it? Is it? Is this? That's not the right price. Yeah, that's not the right price. Yeah, yeah. This is the right price. You can kind of see there, Tiffany. Like it's been stalling in that same area for quite some time. So yeah, I can see what you're looking at for the breakout. For the breakout. So pretty nice though. Pretty nice. Sounds good. Jared, do you have a big position in mask? Is that why? 45? Yeah, no, it's using that 45 area as resistance. As resistance. This has been a nice stock though. I just wish it was available everywhere, which for the most part it kind of is now. But also, just I wish it opened at $5 yesterday. This would have been, like a goat stock. But yeah, this has been good though. Like if you took a few shares on this as a gamble YOLO, you've done really well still. At least you can buy dinner and breakfast. You know, dinner and breakfast. So not an issue at all. You're in EONR. So another one of these plays that should be going up with the price of energy, price of oil. You're in at $1.10. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I like your entry. So I think for now, as long as you stay above $1.07, you should be okay. So I think that should be the main thing. You're basically risking 3-4 cents here. So that's not bad. Right? If the price of oil keeps going up, then you need to break above $1.20. So that's your next resistance up there. So it's not bad, it's just slow, right? But they all are slow. Like all these energy stocks are pretty slow. So yeah, you need some boom skis. You're in at 1360? Okay. Yep. $44 again. It really wants to break out actually. Uh Virus? You like your YouTube's let me see. Who are they holding like that, Virus? Who are they holding? Anyways, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm not gonna ask any questions. There goes 45. Ah. It is, Roger. It is because of the perception. Not because of the company, but because of the perception. Because because it's all grouped into the same umbrella. And more often than not, right, these stocks move like that. You know, Oris with a nice little bounce there. ORIS. Interesting. Uh, Take a look at this. But also this way the okay. There doesn't seem to be one, right? It's just maybe closer to 20 cents. Um, Maybe closer to 20 cents, Brad. Oh, did it? Oh, yup, there it is, guys. Damn. It looks like it's halted up. Yeah, it's halted up. Yep. I wonder if the other one will follow MOB, right? As the sympathy play. Jim. Uh, uh, this I know it really is crazy, MJ. It really is crazy, right? Yeah. Once it broke 45, they said, "Thanks, guys. Thank you very much." Again, like we said earlier, MOB was a sympathy play to this, right? MOB is like it's really slacking though, isn't it? Like it doesn't quite move with the same level of surprisingly, the volume just isn't quite there yet on that thing. Yep. Yeah. Even if you took a few shares in that, you could have made some nice monies, some very nice monies. Uh, you're up 207, bully. Nice. Bullseye. Good job. It is difficult for me to jump in. It can easily yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. AIM is still looking promising though, guys, right? Like this is as annoying as this stock looks, it's still giving us those higher lows, still above the 200 EMA. It just needs the volume to come in. So yeah. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SWMR. Type yes in the chat if you're holding that. Um, hmm. Uh, do, 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 do. Okay. Forget it. Yeah, no, definitely. Not just SMX. There was another one, right? The We Shop. You guys remember We Shop? The We Shop IPO. Seriously, Dan. Like like not just there too. Like it's rubbish all over the place. MOB is slowly gaining some attention, but that thing needs way more volume. Way more volume as a sympathy play to the monster. Way more volume. uh, I bought 100 shares of 43.84 yeah, of $500. Let's go, Danielle. Well done. Congratulations. Don't get too greedy though. Don't get too greedy because that thing will move like a crackhead. Yeah. So just waiting for the on hold there. MOB is back up to 660 again, right? So again, if the idea is that if SWMR keeps going, that this one should follow, but um, yeah. When we talked about this the first time, it was below $6, right? So it is green, just super low volume though, super low volume. Um, there goes the on hold, guys. So $50 basically. I'm sure they're gonna use that 50 as resistance, right? Yep, they are using that 50 as resistance there for now at least. Oh, here it goes. Is it gonna break it? Looks like it wants to break it. But again, 50 is a pretty hard level. 49. 49.90. You can see they go really close and then it drops. Oh, there it is. 50, 50, $50. $50. Make you holla. 49.60. 49.50. $50 again. $50. It's almost like the ask is, Oh, there it goes. There it goes. 52. Whoo! Damn. Damn. That's nice. Hmm. 53. Yeah, just be mindful of the pre-market double top there though. You doubled your monies? Let's go, Tiffany. Well done. That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah. Yup, that thing is just flying now. 54. This is really a crackhead stock, isn't it? Damn. 55. Sheesh. That is very nice. Mm, 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 mm. So brand new highs there. Brand new highs. Yep, definitely, Tiffany, definitely. Do, 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 do. So yeah, that thing made brand new highs and then a bit of maybe a 50 retest. 50 retest. Do, 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 do. In the options channel, virus. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You guys see what happens when Dan's bored? You see what happens? Yeah. Do, 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 do. Mhm. Yeah, the longer it consolidates above 50, the better it is. So again, this is the type of stock though where you don't want to go in heavy, guys. You know, you definitely don't want to be going in heavy. So smaller gambles. Uh, do, do. Smaller gambles. Let's go. Perfect. Consider that a little motivation. I'm trying. I'm trying. Unbelievable. I'm trying. Ah, I like how well this is holding above that 50 though. I like how well it is holding. You're praying for AIM to break out. I hope it breaks out too. Just as annoying as all the other stocks, but I hope it breaks out for you. It needs MSG. That's what it needs. You're getting cooked. You're getting cooked on BATL. You said you got in at 1360, right? Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Um, yeah, you're definitely getting cooked. $12 is your next support here, right? Yeah, you for sure don't have a stop loss though. For sure don't have a stop loss. So at this point, watch $12 for support. Alright, you late? Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you later. Good job today. Oh, Bank of Canada. I'm like, wait. Do you guys see that headline at the top? Bank of Canada officials held press conference after policy rate held steady at 2.25. I was surprised. I'm like, wait, the Fed meeting when? But that's Canadian. That's Canadian stuff. That is Canadian rubbish. Keeping rates the same. Yep. Yep. Evan, $13.60 ish. They were going to pull the yeah. Yep. No, Dad. No. Thank you. Okay. Here for a short time. Ah. You know what, Dan? I should just get some short merch. Bunny slope. Wow. That's pretty funny. The reason why BATL and all the other oil stocks are dropping, guys, is because US to ease Venezuela sanctions to unlock more oil. Again, they're doing everything to crash the price of oil. Right? They're doing everything to crash the price of oil. So if you're holding, one of those names, and you're like, why is it dropping? That's why. So yeah. Again, I like how well this is holding above 50 cents. Tiffany, you took your gains already, or you're still holding? You're probably still holding some. Probably still holding some, Tiffany. Yeah. 49? Okay, nice. Very, very nice. I like it. Ryan, what's your question? What's your position on that stock? ARTL. You bought AM at 122. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, it's been holding 120 really well. So if it can stay above that level, should be okay. So ARTL, you're in at 620. 620. That's your entry. Oh. So you bought it in pre-market, or you bought closer to the open? Ryan, Ryan, Ryan. How many times did I say your name, Mr. Ryan? Really? So you bought this thing at 620, and then we hit a double triple top at $8, and you let it come all the way back down again. Did you sell some at least? For now, just try and stay above 650. La, 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 la. Aaron, yeah, honestly, they're just going back and forth. You would think at this point that they're just manipulating the price. Honestly, you know what I mean? They're going back and forth so much, it's not even funny. One good headline, one bad headline. One good headline, one bad headline. And Dan isn't helping either because of his rubbish. Because of his rubbish in the options channel. 53. That's why the market's a slow down because of your rubbish. You're just in the way. There goes 54. Oof, that is a nice pop. Damn, brand new highs, guys. The spread is I mean, to be expect on a name like this, you have to expect that spread to be a bit more suspicious. But yeah, expect the spread to be suspicious. Here goes 55. A beast of a stock. The shawarma stock, yeah. That's what we should call it, with some the shawarma stock. Here it goes again. I mean, it might as well just go to $100, at this point. What's stopping it? You know? Sid, what happened? What happened? What did you do? Oh, the shawarma? Tiffany says, I agree. Just go to 50, just go to $100. Why not? Yes, Habibi. Yes. There goes 56. Might as well. Yeah. A shawarma is amazing. Amazing. See, now I want one. Again, the sympathy play is pretty slow, so nothing's really catching on yet, to the same degree that this is. To the same 57, 58. Woo, 59. That thing said, you know what, guys? You know what? At this rate, you know what? I might as well just go. Might as well just go. And it's halted up, by the way. So we'll halt it up at 59, 59.70. Halt it up again. Shish. That's nice though. That's very nice. Again, like, a small gamble on this, so it's stress free, and you're just smiling right now, aren't you? Just smiling, smiling. Just a small gamble though, that it's not like super stressful. Not super stressful. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Craziness. Craziness. 8. Yeah. Nancy's happy. Yep. I saw that. Yeah, I saw the evacuate. Yeah, so yeah, they'll figure it out. There's really nothing we can do. There is nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Kirsten, why? Because if you buy, it's gonna go down. Don't say that. Don't say that. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mm, mm. Okay. Yeah, Amy is just sitting there, almost like everybody's watching this one now. Amy's just relaxing, just chilling. Was calling me. Let's go, Snipes. There you go. Sometimes when you see an opportunity, you're like, you know what? You know what? Aim is aimless. I told you there's a big seller there. Yeah. Tell them to go away. There goes the on hold, guys. You would almost expect that there'd be a little bit of a pressure at 60, but here comes 60. 3, 2. Well, there it goes. Yeah, there definitely is a little bit of selling. Always at these round numbers, right? 50, 60, 70. All those numbers are going to have a little bit of selling pressure, but the damn thing still looks strong now. But yeah, try not to FOMO. And if you do FOMO, it better be like one share, right? You don't want to be going all in into something like this. This stock was supposed to IPO at $5, and here it is at $60, right? So you don't want to be you don't want to put yourself in a difficult situation on something like this, because you're not going to be happy about it. Not going to be happy about it. Yeah, just be careful. I bought 600 shares before the first halt, up 9K at the moment. Just sitting, meant to buy pre-market, but life got in the way. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, if you're up that much, you better be taking some gains, though, right? Better be locking in some gains. Yeah, yeah. AIM is looking very aimless. That's for sure. This $6, this 660, 650 area is still holding for ARTL though. MOB, we talked about this being the sympathy player, right? Like it's, I mean, it's like it's doing something. Nothing impressive though. Like it needs to break out with some real volume here, but some real volume is what it needs to break out with. Let's go, Dan. Did you play with oil or did you play with NQ? Oil or NQ? NQ. Okay, nice. Very nice. Get the markets from red to green, Dan. Make it happen. Yeah, so this might just be a retest and then push back to the 60s. I wish those candles showed up though, so we could actually look at proper candles rather than just the price action. Price action is fine too on something like this though, because there's not a whole lot of technical analysis you can do on something like this. Protect, yeah. Right, so yeah, these dips for now just seem like okay dips, right? Like there's nothing that points to this being done yet. So here comes breakup 59 again. It did the exact same thing at same thing at 50, right? Same thing at 50, and then destroyed 50 and then halted up. Doing the same thing as 60 again. That's because nobody wants to buy at 59. They'd rather FOMO when it breaks out. 59. Oh, there it is, guys. 62. That thing just destroyed that level like nobody's business. Destroyed it like nobody's business. Damn. Damn. Sheesh. 64, guys, and flying. 65. Wow. Oh my days. Damn. That is a nice pump. That is a very, very, very nice pump. No, again, congratulations if you're in this. Alrighty. Congrats, congrats, congrats. And here comes 65 again. 65. And breakout. Sheesh. I mean, even one share, you're making $10, $5. Just to keep you guys safe. Just to keep you safe. Yeah, it seems to stall every time it gets to a nice round number. 60s. You notice how when it breaks above 60, like there's no stopping it, it just goes, to the next round number. So yeah. Can I switch candles, please? Can you do that on this side? I mean, you can switch to like advanced charts, I think. Let me see. Oh, it's because I was zoomed in. Candles. Yeah, the candles are not that amazing, are they? All right, let me click on the advanced chart. Let me see if it gives me like the entire picture. Hmm, not really. Not really. Yeah, the candles don't look bad though. Like it's not the worst. Not the worst. I don't think we really care about the candles, honestly. That's why I don't really care too much to make that work. You know, don't care too much for the candles on this specific stock. Yeah. Hey, we complain about BOC and they changed it to Bank of Canada. Telling you, we have a market maker watching. Type yes in the chat if you're holding SWMR. If you took a gamble, blah blah blah. Type yes in the chat if you're holding this stock. Caitlin, criminal. Yeah, see? I mean, we've also been saying this for a long time now, right? We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this today, right? Especially when it was breaking 45, right? So he took some scalps, Jay. Nice. And then Tiffany's been spamming this and making nice monies. Frankie, what happened? What happened? What happened, Frankie? What's wrong? Do, 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 do. Okay. The indicator selected. I'm not quite sure. I think so. I think so because the stuff I've done on it in the past that I just went in there and I saw that it was still there, but those are ticker symbols though. Like every time you search, it almost seems like it saves it. Yeah. Very nice. Again, the sympathy play is this stock. It had a nice little pop there. You can tell it's a sympathy play because it's trying to go, but the volume is so low that it's really not doing very much, right? It just popped to 680 on that candle. But that thing moves like the float is 100 billion, which it isn't, but yeah. Anyways. Is it working now? Oh, is it? Is it? Is it? SWMR. Hey, it's working now. Finally, yeah. There we go. You notice how like it just started working 2 minutes ago? Yeah. They finally fixed their rubbish. There should be a lot more candles on here, but you know, they just wanted the stock to pump and pump, so they had no choice. Let's go, Lock. Well done. SWMR, $1,000 profits today. Let's go. Congratulations. Here goes brand new highs. Yeah. Let's go. Well done. I'm very happy for you. So yeah, looks like it's testing that 65 high again. So 6504 is the yeah. After you made money, Caitlin. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mm, yeah. Yeah, 65 is definitely acting as a bit of an obstacle. Looks like it wants to break through though. Here goes. What was the issue? It just wasn't showing up, MJ. It showed up for some people, but not for everybody. Yeah, you can tell that that's true because look at that. We just searched it, and the first candle we see is 3 minutes ago. but we know this stock has been around since yesterday. So AIM, yeah, it like the good thing for AIM is that it stayed above the like the 200 EMA. So Cindy, as long as it continues to hold that level, there's a bit of promise there. A little bit of promise. Yeah, that 65 is a problem, isn't it, Aaron? 65. WNW with a bit of a bounce. Yeah. Uh, did you? Is it the one we talked about, Snipes, or is it a different one? And a main account up 60% today. Today is a crazy day. You're having a really good day today, Snipes. You're having a very good day today. Good job. A very good day today. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Make sure you have a good stop loss though, Aaron. Um, make sure you don't give those gains back, please. Please and thank you. Yeah, 65 has definitely been a nice obstacle here for this thing. Where did you take a gamble though, KB? It doesn't work like that, right? like I said, no, it doesn't work like that, right? If you FOMOed when it broke $60, which was your plan, it went to 65. So if you know there's resistance at 65 now and you're trying to get in below 65 and it drops, you can't be like, no, I took a gamble and I lost. No, you knew what the plan was going into that position, right? The gamble you wanted to take was a break above 60 to the next resistance. And it showed you the next resistance and it struggled for a little bit. So if you took a position anywhere below 65, then you knew it was resistance, right? It's one thing to take a gamble that you planned out and you expect to, like it's somewhat of a strategy versus something else, right? And even then, it's still like $2 from that high. Yeah. What did you get filled at? What did you get filled at? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes with like these big spreads like that, you almost have to just use a limit instead, Kristen. 3 green days in a row. Let's go, Cruz. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Paper trade a million. And then it's gonna go to yeah. Do we have a paper trade account connected to this? Sure we do. I'm sure we do. Yeah. Are you ready to what's my that account is at 20 million, So we can use a few million on this, right? Okay. How many shares do we want? A million shares? 100,000 shares, That'll cost us about $6.2 million. Are we in? Let's do it. There we go. Let's risk, 6 million of our 20 million account, Anyways, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what happens here around that 60 area, just because that was a breakout spot, and then go from there. But yeah, just be careful. Again, if you're playing with this, make sure you only it's picking up, because again, this was a $5 IPO, so the fact that it's at in the 60s is a bit, impressive on its own. Yeah. So now we can oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, the open interest in that thing is not amazing. Uh, yeah. Choo. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, we've done that a few times. Done that a few times. And if it crashes, you can blame Sid. Sid's the one with having fun with the paper trade account. Yeah, no, if you're looking for an entry on this, watch that 60 area which it's sitting at, but it needs to consolidate, right? Because that was the breakout, but really it's not really holding that level yet. So, like this area here, that's the 60, right? If it can find a way to kind of consolidate in this area, and then maybe another curl. But clearly, there's a lot of selling pressure coming in still, so I wouldn't be touching that thing until it actually consolidates and starts curling. Alrighty. So just because we're having fun with yeah, it doesn't mean you should just be doing that. Alrighty. So social media X is down. Oh, why? Really? Yeah. Mine seems to be working, kind of. Yeah, notice yours isn't working. Yeah, so again, don't touch this thing until it actually consolidates. Alrighty. Maybe we dip all the way back down to that 50 area, the low 50, right? And then consolidate there. So don't touch that position until it consolidates. Alrighty. AIM is actually trying to come back up a little bit here. So maybe now that the other one's selling off, maybe this will come back up. Yeah, other than like shawarma, pumping, everything else has been pretty slow. Yeah, so hopefully AIM can get a bit of attention back. That's down on X. Okay. Yeah, maybe it is down then. Maybe it is down. It was oh, you did you finally sell your position? Did you finally sell all of it? Your stop loss was at 58. Well done, Tiffany. Yeah, you did really good on this. Really, really good. Well done. Take your husband to the movies again, please, and thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah, let's see if this thing can find a base. Right. 50 was I keep scrolling and like I keep zooming out to look at the other candles, but I keep forgetting that this is, where we don't have any other candles going past this point. Yeah. So see if we can consolidate around $50. Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good trade for Tiffany. Yeah, $25 all the way to 58. Um, yeah, doubled the monies. Yeah, out of all the other names we're looking at though, AIM definitely looks a bit more promising if it can break out. I like the way that it stayed above the 200 EMA. So if it can find a way to break, that would be good. You definitely want it to stay above that 200 EMA though. If it breaks below that 200 EMA, it's definitely dead. Dead. Dead, I tell you. Yeah. Here comes 50, so bought 54 and then back to 60 again. There he goes. There he goes. Shawarma. Ah, Olga. There you go. Yeah, did you sold the position at 61 then? I know you were waiting for that. I'm sure they're going to use 60 as resistance again. Just tell MJ to pump up AIM. He's holding it back. Yeah. Was it a big position? Hopefully not. Because then, yeah, it would really be scary. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 60. There it is. There it is. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, doo, doo. Can I break back above 60 though? Uh, 61. Uh, oh yeah. Ron, did you reload back in the low 50s? Where did you reload? There you go, 62. I forgot we had that stupid order waiting there. The the paper trade stuff. Anyways. Yeah, Olga, nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's quite the pop, quite the pop there. So the low 50s back into the 60s. Craziness. Craziness. What even is this company? See, that's the funny thing, isn't it? Right? The company's website, it says, gets warmer.com. This is the website. It gets warmer. Who the hell does that? It gets warmer. Deny your cookies. We don't want your cookies. Look at this. So it's a drone company. We know that, right? That's why we were looking for other sympathy drone stocks, right? Making drones of any kind work together. That's their website. So so they can go spy on other countries. Yeah, it's the drone theme. Um, yeah, yeah. You can kind of see some of the. Yeah, see, there you go. Right. So it looks like they use these drones in Ukraine. Yeah. So look at that. Right. So you have a quote from the Minister of Defense of Ukraine in there. So yeah. So definitely benefited from that. Um. It says Austin, Texas. So Austin, Texas. So if you live in Texas, this is your company. These are your people. Tell them we want to see $100 though. Did we just get more candles? We we did just get new. Look at this, guys. They fixed it. TradingView finally fixed it. But look at the beauty of this though. Like look at this breakout. This was such a good breakout at 45, guys. This is what we were talking about earlier this morning, right? Tiffany as well, right? Look at that. That was such a beautiful breakout. Right there. Right there. Resistance, resistance. Once that 45 broke, oof. They said thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye. That was a good retest actually at 55. So this is why it's good to have these candles because you can actually do technical analysis. You can now understand why this stock came back down to this level and bounced, right? Because before we don't quite, we might not understand that, but now you do, right? And now you can understand why we're failing below 65, so yeah. 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 So while we're waiting for that, again, it looks like BATL is slowly coming back. So who was in at 1360 again? I mean, at least you're less than $1 off the highs now, so that's good. Yeah. MJ, no, no. I need some other proper boomskis. Some other proper boomskis. Yeah, it's a micro penny stock though. 1060 Ryan. Okay, good. Yeah, BATL. Yeah, that's nice. That is very nice. Oh, nice, Shane. 59 to 62. Good jobs. Good jobs. Yup, I see exactly what you did there, Shane. I like it. Um, are you in both positions, Jack? Like, are you in one at what price? Help me out. You know exactly what I'm going to ask you when you ask those questions without context. But you ask them anyways. Why does the stuff keep glitching? Do you have stop losses on those though, Jack? I can take a look. I just need, Ayo Mayhem. Hello, hello. TJ says, I keep buying in too late for the last 2 weeks, losing money, chasing behind you. I'm trying to see profits. Yeah, sometimes that has to work the opposite way around though, TJ. Like if I'm losing membership money, so I'm losing monies constantly, I need to get the education to make the monies, right? Not the other way around, right? They don't hire you for the job and then say, hey, okay, now let's teach you how to do the job. Most of the time, they want to make sure you have some knowledge before they hire you for the job, right? So, education before monies. But yeah, if you're noticing that you're constantly buying too high, and then maybe start looking for dips instead rather than chasing, rather than FOMO. You know, yeah, yeah, exactly, Diego. Try not to chase these stocks. Try not to chase, please, and thank you. Do, 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 do. Other than like MOB, seriously, like it's not other than SWMR, right? Like it's been a pretty stupid slow day, hasn't it? Right? AIM was okay at some point here today from the bottom. I think this was our main one good trade, right? That was a nice bounce for a 40% pop, 30-40%. Other than that, like yeah, it looks okay, but super weak. And then obviously this one's done well. Craziness, huh? Crazy. Especially how we did yesterday. Like the day was fire yesterday. Fire, fire. Does a lion not chase the gazelle? Does a lion not chase the gazelle? Does the puma not sprint after whatever pumas wants? Oh, no, the lion waits and then pounces. You know, Yeah. You're done for the day, Raven? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's all these other stocks are just kind of something's gonna run later on, but yeah. For now, everything just seems way too slow. Yeah. No, Raven did good this morning. Raven hit the daily goal already, anyways. So no need to force. Uh, Brussels sprouts for a week for yourself. Yep. You better start eating all the Brussels sprouts, every day. Otherwise, where is the violence? Yeah, SWMR just keeps going back and forth, so it's clearly in the range now between 55 and 65. So it needs to break out at some point, and then AIM is just sitting here waiting for God knows what. Yeah, but $300 worth of NYC is a lot of Brussels sprouts. Yeah. AO Gold. Good morning. As that's Dan's main job in life, to make people hungry. That's it. That's Dan's job in life. Make everybody else hungry. At the very least, the bottoms are holding really nicely for SWMR. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. But it hasn't really picked a direction since hitting that 65, though. Seems to be going back and forth. At least it has a bit more volatility, though. On links, Chris, eh, not really. Definitely not. That thing got rejected at the 200 EMA, and that was a big problem. That was a nice bottom, though. Like early this morning. Yeah, some of these stocks, honestly, Chris, again, like sitting below the 200, it is trying to consolidate, off 66, 68, 68-ish. Like it's trying to, but it's not really doing anything. I like a much more better than that, that's for sure. Flip. Yeah. Benji, what's your question? What's your position there in a VNRX? What's your position? Let me take a look up. Are you looking for one? At least I think someone mentioned earlier today that it broke the downtrend. It finally did break the downtrend. Yeah. At this point, I'd maybe wait for a retest of closer to 23 or let it break above 25 first. 25 is your next resistance here. So, yeah. So, yeah, you're kind of sitting at a bit of a double top there. So, you need that breakout or you need a dip again. Alrighty? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A little bit too late. Just a little bit. On which one, Andy? On AIM or which one? We're probably gonna hop off at like closer to like in 20 minutes or so, because it's a very slow day. Very, very slow. Very, very. For now, like I think shawarma is the only thing that looks like it could go crazy in the afternoon, just because it's still just like it just looks like it's resting a bit in that range, right? But if it breaks down though below this last high, you definitely have a problem. So don't diamond hand this thing, please. Yeah, exactly, exactly, and that's the biggest thing, right? The Fed meeting is today, so 2 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, like it's not a good stock. Oh yeah. To be fair though, like most of these stocks are really not good, right? I don't think we could look at this and say, hey, like even yeah, like this is a good stock. The price action, yeah. Anything else, not so much. So everybody's busy watching the Fed, hoping the Fed is gonna cut rates. Please, Powell, please cut the rates, please. Please cut the rates. Mm, mm, mm. Slowness. Dan, make something happen. Come on now. Yeah, no, Andy, no, for sure. I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, no, the shawarma stock, like I said, looks like looks like if something was to run this afternoon, it would be this one, just because it has it's holding the range really well. Would be good if it broke out though. No, we need something to move in the markets then. Yeah, so it looks like the other one with a nice little breakout there. Make fun of me for bringing up food. uh, I have nothing to say, Dan. Nothing. Nothing to say. Can we go back up and break 65 and just go to $100? Like do something. Do something. Do something productive. Do something productive. Okay. Too much rubbish. It usually, like, I mean, we know it's gonna be slow, but at least sometimes we have a runner. We have a runner till we get to the Fed meeting, and then it gets really slow. Very, very slow. So yeah, the Fed meeting is in 2 hours, by the way. So 2 p.m. East. Uh, 2 p.m. Eastern is when the minutes come out, right? So you're gonna know what the Fed's done, and then 30 minutes after that, Powell is gonna be on. We used to be on every time watching him, but those things just they're kind of useless now. So I think his last meeting we'll probably watch, and then the first meeting of the new guy probably. But other than that, they're usually very useless. Very, very useless. Path. I see. Do you have a question, Gran Toro, for Fastly? Let me know if you have a question, rather than just put in the ticker symbol, because it doesn't really, you know, doesn't really help. Let's see. Yeah, maybe the markets run after the Fed LT. Maybe after the Fed meeting, because they're gonna do what the markets expecting anyways. So maybe after that we can go for a bit of a run. Maybe. Will you be kicked out, Erin? Yeah. I mean, I don't do it. YouTube does it. Like, if you remember, that's why you have to connect your account to YouTube, your Discord to YouTube, because they manually they track it on their own. So yeah. Um, why? What did you think? Like, what did you think would happen? If how it worked? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, no, that's fair. That is fair. Uh, Tells the says what's the occasion? He says I'm celebrating my first uh yeah, you did red? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's very slow. I bet you as soon as we get up the damn stream, as soon as we get up the stream, these stocks are gonna be like, oh, was it slow today? Oh, I thought it was just, we were taking a break. Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. We have 10 more minutes or so, guys, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Alrighty. So let me know if you have any last questions. Don't forget to smash a like. And if you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and sign up for one of those levels that don't say sold out. Alrighty. This morning was really good, right? It was a really, really good morning. So if you were in Discord this morning, you made your money at the very least and you walked away, right? A lot of people hit the goals already. I know, right, Chris? It is very slow. It's so slow. Like look at like just look at how these stocks are sitting. They're just chilling, right? Even like shawarma is just going back. Like it looks fine, but it's just going back and forth, you know. And even the ones that are running, like they're really not running anywhere. They're just like it is so slow. It's not even funny. It's like they turned everything off. Yes, yes, yes. That's okay though. Yup. But yeah, no. Let me know if you have any last questions though, and then we'll hop off. Everything's barcoding, Dan. Barcoding. So might as well go do some other stuff. Maybe the markets will pick up after the Fed. After the Fed is done with the rubbish. Rubbish. Gym, nap, and movie. Like all these movies you watched, Dan. How do you have any movies left? How? I like it though. That's a good afternoon. Yeah, gym, nap, movie. It depends where it's at. NYC depends where it's at. I think I posted the analysis already in the small cap channel, so it just depends where it's at. Potential sympathy play AGH. Okay. Yeah, it's surprising how we really haven't had anything follow. Aggressively. Mm, and the gold level only, so only the red, yes. Yeah, correct. Correct. Yeah, no, it's done okay. It's kind of stuck just like with everything else, but it's done okay. It's not aiming for higher price. It's not. It really isn't. And again, shawarma just keeps going back and forth as well in that range. Very, very, very slow. Very, very slow. Yeah, and I think the only good thing that AIM has going for it is that it's still holding the 200 EMA. That's it, right? So as long as it stays above the magic white line, the 200 there, so you're fine. But my goodness, is that thing slow? My goodness, my goodness, is it slow? My goodness, is it slow? Have a good day as well, Street. See you tomorrow. SP, yeah, yeah, and I think that was my, like that's what I was telling them too, right? Like, hey, and then they told me that they were gonna be done with the new website platform at the end of this month or the beginning of the next month, right? So yeah, so that was my main concern as well. So they have some videos on the site though to learn about it and kind of navigate it, which is good. So which is good. Ramtin, I hope so too. That would be good. Oh my days. Yeah, no, we'll see what the afternoon has in store for us. V Wave, James, how does it look for me? V Wave. Again, let me know if you have any last questions. We're gonna hop off in a minute or so. Um, just like everything else, honestly, looks okay, but really low volume. And it looks like it's coming from a really nice bottom. So that's good at least, right? Like it's a dead cat bounce or like a triple bottom. If you're in a position already, James, then you're most likely green on that position, which is good. But I think if you're looking for a brand new entry, you're gonna have resistance at 760. Yeah. So 760 is gonna be your first resistance here. So at that point, you might as well just let it come back down a bit or just break out first. Like waiting for paint to dry. Seriously, Brad. Seriously. Seriously. Seriously, are these things slow? Goodness. Seriously. Yeah, AIM. I think everybody keeps going back to AIM though because AIM is the only one that isn't dying. At the very least, it's holding up. VNRX too. But I think a lot of people are still paying attention to AIM, and then obviously Shawarma, right? Shawarma is still just like going back and forth. Yes, so it does look like it wants to pop, right? And it's almost back to 60, right? Like it just keeps going back and forth here. So like I said, if anything is gonna run in the afternoon, probably between this one, Shawarma, and useless AIM. Yeah, probably between those two, whichever one decides to do a market buy when I trade because I do doesn't feel I need to la, 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 la. Do I need to place limit orders or can I keep using? You can keep using market orders as long as the stuff you're playing with doesn't have a crazy spread. Yeah, I mostly prefer market because sometimes when you see an opportunity and you want to take that opportunity, the ask might be a cent higher, but then you waiting for that limit to fill, you end up missing it, right? You just have to make sure though that like you're playing with stuff that has a good spread because if you do market on a stock that has a stupid spread, you're gonna regret it, you know. So that would be the only issue there. That would be the only issue. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, it is, Ryan. It's also holding above the 200 EMA, and just like everything else, no volume. Yeah, a Canadian documentary. Uh, it's funny. All the little things in the little, in the little like, little boxes. It was loud. Short on Sony. That's the funny part. You know what? It's time to go. It's time to go so Dan can tell me to go look in the options channel again. At least this time I can ignore him. You did, James? Yeah. No, it's definitely not bad. Just, as long as you can stay above 660, I think it's okay. Rubbish. Rubbish, Dan. Rubbish. You know what? I need to start working on my AI skills. Work on my AI skills and find Dan. That's what I need to do. Driving to work. What's cooking, Thomas? Very slow. Maybe AIM will cook later. Maybe AIM. So I think it's between AIM. AIM, and SWMR. So between these two stocks, maybe we get a run in the afternoon here. Alrighty. Much love, Dan. Enjoy the gym. Hopefully you have good snacks and enjoy your nap as well. See you in Discord. See you, Doug. Bill, have a good day. See you tomorrow. Alrighty. Thomas, you're welcome. See you later. Again, much love all. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully one of these two stocks can cook so we can thrust. How's my finger? My finger's okay. It's still not fully recovered though. It takes a long time, which is crazy, right? Like like yeah. At the very least, I can like I can bend it, but not all the way. So I guess it's still slowly. Yeah. JC, have a wonderful rest of the day. See you later. Desmond, bye for now. Olga, bye. Yeah. Bye, Jay. See you. Have a great day as well. See you later. Alrighty. Bye, everybody. Bye, Jay. Keep your finger out of it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna tape my finger when I go skiing. Maybe not. We'll see. Good, good, Jay. Good. See you in Discord, Red. Yeah. Evan, I'm ready. We need something to go boom skis. Something. Anything. Alrighty, y'all. Again, bye for now. He's ignoring me. Yes. Ah. Alrighty, bye guys. See you guys. See you guys in Discord. Have a blessed day, Bill. Basics, bye. Flip. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye, Dan. Smash the like before you go too if you haven't already.